Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Today is Thursday. It is the 28th of October 2021. I decided to do a fireside chat for you guys. Rough day. Having animals and having dogs especially. We'll talk about that really quick first, then we'll go into our discussion. But I have when we got Caesar and Pandora, we've had them a little over 3 years, almost 4 years now, and well, it'll be 4 years early next year. So so 3.5. Let's say 3.5 years we've had Caesar and Pandora, and they're great dogs. I mean, they are great dogs. I am a night person. Being a night person, I have a tendency to be up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on a regular basis. Sometimes 4 or 5. Sometimes I see the sun come up and then I go to sleep. That's just the way my mechanical clock works, and it doesn't. That's why I worked nights for years, and having worked nights for years, my system is absolutely geared toward that anyway. But again, I'm predisposed for being awake at night. Eddie and Heather are the same exact way. They're both night people as well. But Miss Hella is not a night person. She is a morning dog. And so it makes it really, really difficult if you go to bed. Let's say you go to bed at, if I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and at 6 she's jumping up on me because she wants to go out. So I'll get up, I'll take her out, I bring her back in, I'll go back to sleep. 2.5 hours later, she's on that bed again. Now she just wants to go out for the day. So it just makes it very, very difficult. And today was like, last night was a very rough night. I did not get a tremendous amount of sleep because of the dog. And so I had to crash. So that's why the lateness of the video number one. I told Heather, I said, I'm just shot. I gotta lay down. I said, I can't even think straight. I can't function. So, and I didn't want to do a video and not have it be squared away and be on my game, if you will, for you guys. So, but anyway, I wanted to sit down here and I wanted to talk to you about not panicking, staying calm. Staying calm is so important with everything that is going on and all the hysteria that is thrown at people on the daily, on social media, on the news network, and it is fear, 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 constantly, being directed at you constantly. And it can become overwhelming. It really, truly can become overwhelming. But if you focus on what you can control, if you focus on being as prepared as you possibly can be, it will alleviate a lot of that stress. Really, truly will. And so, there's so many things that people get all worked up about. There's a tremendous amount of information out there. Some of it's true, some of it's not true. Some of it's pure hysteria to get people worked up. And I think that that's seriously counterproductive. I don't think that type of stuff helps. I really don't. Now, are there things we need to be concerned about? Of course there are. I'm never going to say that there's nothing to worry about. There's always something to worry about. You have to pay attention. You have to focus on what you can control. So what can you control, right? Are you going to be able to control gas prices? Are you going to be able to control food prices? Are you going to be able to afford what it's going to cost medically to take care of things? No, those are things that are out of your hands. Somebody else is pulling the strings on those situations. The weather is out of our control. Now, people are going to come on here, weather modification. Here's my thought on weather modification. We'll talk about it really quickly, and then we're going to move on. In the 1940s, now when you think about that, how long ago that was, the 1940s, they were experimenting around with cloud seeding. Look it up. I'm not BSing you. I'm not going to ever do that type of stuff to you. I'm going to be straight up 100% honest with you. So they've been doing that since the 1940s. You think they might have, in the last, 80 years, perfected that maybe a little bit? So, do I believe that there is weather modification? I absolutely do believe that to be true. Is it used in a silent warfare? I believe that it absolutely can be used for that as well. Now, can I sit here with 100% certainty and say, yes, this is what they're doing? No, I can't. That's pure speculation on my point. But again, when you have that time frame, and you're putting your smartest minds to work on a project, they're going to figure things out. Okay, they're going to. It's what they do. So would not surprise me at all. So we'll leave that at that. But anyway, what can you control? What do you have control over? What you have control over is how prepared you are as the individual, as the family, for whatever events are going to happen. I'm going to tell you what, this fire feels unbelievably amazing too, by the way. So, having alternative ways to heat that do not rely on the system. Wood stove, right? Mr. Buddy heater, all those different things. There's a tremendous amount of different ways. What I personally think that most of people should be getting, and my other wood stove did come in, and I still have to get that set up and show you guys, and I will do that. I'll probably just open it from the box. We'll go over it. It's like 20 pounds. That's all it weighs. So I think that'll be a real cool video, but I will do that, and I'll explain that in more detail when I do that video. But having a way to stay warm no matter how cold it is, no matter what happens with the power, especially if you live in a northern state, should definitely be a priority. Major priority. Alright, all the blankets in the world are great. Extra warm layers of clothes are great, but you've got to keep your core body warm. And so, that could be a major issue down, long run wise. What are you doing there, little one? Mm-hmm. There she is. So I'm doing this video now because we put the puppies out for a run, and so it is calm. So I figured I would do that while it was calm. But anyway, so that's one thing that you can control. You can control getting enough food and water in place to be able to ride out any kind of a storm. Long term, short term. Again, what could happen, what might happen, pure speculation. There's so many different things that could happen. But if you can say, all right, I have a month worth of food and water on hand. I have ways to purify water going down the road. I have seeds on hand that if the spring gets here, that I can grow my own food if I have to. I have traps that I can use for a trap line. I know how to make snares, those type of things. Those are things that you can 100% control. Absolutely can control that. If you have 6 months worth of food, it just stretches you out that much longer, gives you that much more of an advantage. These are things you need to think about, because the scenarios that could happen, one of the worst scenarios that could happen is that the lights go out tomorrow and they don't come back on. So having an alternative way to have lights is another thing. Like these lights right now, this is all on solar. So that is one of the ways that I utilize to not be tied to the system. So if the system goes down, then I am still able to have power no matter what. So that's a nice feeling. You can do it on a small scale. A couple of solar panels, a couple of car batteries, whatever the case may be, a small inverter, and at least you could have lights. You could have a way to charge up things. These are things that we can control. So I wanted to talk about what can we control. This is the things that we can control. Having a plan is something that you can control. Not panicking is something that you can control. Okay? Those are very, very important things to do. When something happens, we don't want to react, we want to be able to act. It's as simple as that. It comes down to that. If you have a game plan in place with yourself, with your family, with your children, and people know what they need to do, they know where they need to go, where they can be safe, where they can be protected. That's important, hugely, hugely important, because your daughter is out on a date with Billy Bob someplace doing whatever they're doing, and something happens. She knows instantly in her mind, I just got to get home. I just got to get home and I'm going to be fine. Because she knows that's where safety is. And that those things are hugely, hugely important. So I really want to focus this video on control what you can control 100%. Being proactive, being ready, having a plan in place, doing what you need to do. I don't think that all the fear-mongering and flipping out and the hysteria, I think that that's counterproductive. Now, there are things we do need to be concerned about. Absolutely 100%, not going to deny that for a second. But controlling what we can control is important. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. Alright, so wanted to sit down, do a fireside chat with you, talk about these topics because I do think that they're important. So real quick before I jump off, I do want to mention my website, PrepperNurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community there. It's a resource that we set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. Absolutely 100% free to join. Does not cost anything. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked, okay, because it is private. Once you go in, read the message boards. If you're trying to connect with somebody in your state or your country, that is available for you to do so. Also, on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is a CBD and hemp store. Definitely take advantage of that as well. And if you see that, so if you go PrepperNurse1.com, you will see the Forefathers logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. Once you are at their website, if you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, it is when you go to check out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1. It will save you 15% on your purchase. That's not going to change. That's a standard thing that I've arranged with them so they can continue to save you money. So it's not like a temporary or short-term thing. That's going to stay that way. Also on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried food. So again, you go to PrepperNurse1.com, you click on store, it will drop down, you will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. What we have available is there. Definitely take advantage of that. The times for things going out right now is 15 to 20 business days once an order is placed. Some things are out of stock at the moment. So if they're out of stock, we got that turned off on the website. So what's available is there. Definitely take advantage of that. 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten options available as well. It is vegetarian. And so beef and chicken options can be purchased separately. Definitely take advantage of those things. Again, great thing to have long-term storage is a different flavor of your long-term storage. So good thing to have. Alright. So anyway guys, I am going to jump off. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can figure that out, I'll tell you what, we're going to be in a much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Alright? Stay focused, stay calm. Control what you can control. Alright? I will see you on the next one. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.